Bernie wrote to me saying, legality and constitution aside, do you wish you had more privacy online? Sure. I mean, all else being equal, I would love to have the understanding that everything that I'm doing online is completely private. I'm curious what your thought is on this, Jason, but for years, I've been making it pretty clear that I assume anything I'm doing on the internet is being monitored. So when I am sending business related emails back and forth or whatever, I am under the assumption that there are authorities that could figure out what it is I'm talking about. My email could be monitored, whatever. When I am on Facebook chat or whatever, I'm operating under the idea that there's a very good chance that this stuff is being monitored. I don't like it. I would like more privacy online. I don't necessarily believe that the laws that have been put in place that allow for this type of surveillance are, number one, completely moral, which I believe they are not, nor actually productive. We've heard that this type of just bulk surveillance of people's communications have not actually helped to prevent terrorist attacks. So yeah, in a sort of vacuum, why not? I'd love to have more privacy online, but I'm at this point operating under the impression that everything I'm doing on my smartphone and computer is probably logged somewhere and could be looked at by authorities.
All they're going to see from me is the vast amount of content and movies that I watch. I don't think there's no value in seeing what I'm doing. I think, via the Patriot Act and the NSA, they know everything about you. Big Brother knows all. But what do they really know? I mean, am I just watching some movies? What are they going to do about that?
But would you like to have more privacy? I mean, you are presumably using email to communicate with people.
Yeah, but at the same time, I almost don't care because what I'm saying to people, let's go climbing this weekend, or is this matters of national security? Do I care that they know where I am? Not really.
So now the next question, when somebody says, I don't care if the NSA or whoever is looking at what I'm doing, is do you have this sense of you only have to be worried if you're doing something wrong? Because I think that while that may be absolutely true, in many cases, I think that because of over-criminalization, you might really not be worried because you don't think you're doing anything wrong. But all of a sudden, you're allowing for basically what are fishing expeditions to go on. And number two, those aren't really the rules that our Constitution and due process is based on. The idea that only criminals should be worried because nobody who's not is ever going to be incorrectly charged with a crime or whatever. I find it dangerous when people say that.
I agree. I think everywhere could be communist China and they could know everything you're doing and then actually prosecute you for it. And I don't agree. I don't think the Patriot Act should be there. I don't think the NSA should be watching anyone. It's a huge waste of money, time, manpower, etc.
But your problem sounds like it's more from a practical standpoint.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to really do anything that's going to really affect me or anyone I know because we're not doing anything wrong. But that doesn't excuse these people that are wasting millions and billions of tax dollars and time invested in watching everybody. I don't think these fishing expeditions are doing anything. Have we heard any stories where they've actually caught anyone?
No, I mean, the NSA, we heard from James Clapper, I believe it was, that, there's a whole bunch of plots that have been foiled by the bulk surveillance. And then when asked to actually provide evidence of that, there was an admission that actually we don't really have any examples of it. So yeah, there's no doubt about that. But if you just say, if I could flip a switch and have more privacy online, sure, I would absolutely flip the switch.